How's it going, ladies and Bruce's? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender Action. I think it's time for our New Year's party, but first we need to read The Augmented Eye. Down for maintenance? Oh, poo. Anyone else say anything about it? Ugh, danger you. That bar called Valhalla? Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone is a neat just like me. Anyway, place is cool, but the bartender can be a bit of a dick. Hey! Yeah, so I've never been there, so I would know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? Nah, I just heard from the distance. So is that a no? Kind of, I mean, if you're going there just to chat, I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week then. Sounds good enough for me. Alright, let's get back to work. We can afford our rent now. We're only a little bit late. I think we're fucked anyway. Well, let's see. Gil's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I ordered. I only agreed to work on New Year's if I went and picked it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Shit, I forgot about that. Gabby. Drink something. Maybe that'll cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward for everything's said and done. Gotta go. You can do it. Right. Everything's fine. We've been avoiding this for all these years and now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello. Gabby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Valhalla. Hey. You talk first. No, well, some days ago I got a letter, and even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know, I never opened it. At least, not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else on the letter? Maybe on the back. This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all those years not talking to her, she sends me a letter, a fucking letter of all things. And it just says, sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Ah, now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time when she gave you chocolates labelled 1, 2 and 4 during Valentine's Day. And you were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time when you left an unopened beer bottle on the table and she sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the right to brag. Maybe she was being sincere though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejection. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yep. Thing is, apparently she suffered that since she was 18 but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she'd hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shot even left a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark. And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. The doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made the other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. I don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she'd told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. Huh? I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I'd apologized earlier? What if I'd given a chance to Research Institute back then? And the amount just increased threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here, I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill, Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone though. If she only... So let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we do it together. Together. Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask though, did she really start to complain about chest pain shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so... Let's just call it all water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So how'd you find me exactly? Huh? Well, have you heard of a message board called Danger You? I have, yeah. Well, truth is that I visit it from time to time, and the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar, and the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad, more like dumbfounded. Hey Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well, back then I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right there and then. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then Maya became our future and she started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously, it was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I don't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she can be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she'd had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we got married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me, but what about my freedom? My say on the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No. I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurts so much, but you have to understand, I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and work in a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted to break from everything for a while, to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand, I sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to you two fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had kept my cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Huh? I told you she'd mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her in the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. I should have stopped projecting myself onto her, so much onto her. Something like that. Lenore. We're quite the hotheads, you, me, and my sis. You're supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? Well, my sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid, dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I came up with, it'll never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sis were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. And like I said, berating myself over all those past mistakes won't bring it back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talked about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the only one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Huh? Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Let's go with the Sugar Rush, the classic. This is what we make, right? Grab this for a sec. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey, wanna add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis? Sis, you idiot. Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot, idiot. I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot. Hey, Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. And if you promise the same to me. And promise we won't fight. I can't do that. Huh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you'd be more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? That you look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Chill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. You might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. There's no alcohol in it. Right. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you a beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's, so I should have known better when she offered me an apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know how you got my drink that time? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. And as a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad days later. Aww. She said, so do you like eating me for lunch? Jill? I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Let's go with that one. Hey, Gabby, do your parents know you're here? They think I'm a Clarice? Actually? Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Clarice, she knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Clarice doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough, at least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. So he's looking to expand. I think he's got into partnership with a friend in Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District had almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian! Mark one for daddy. I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis was into girls, the acquaintance didn't believe him. He'd bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labelled Sweet Victory. Your mum and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mum was always obsessed with high society and in her circle of friends a lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sister's side for that one though. Mum didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic, she did it because her friends were. To Mum, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How'd she react to her death? Dunno, Mum and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since. August, I think. Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't showed up. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Huh? I thought there was going to be a party here. Is that Alma? Alma, over here. Party? A small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get a cola for the night though, no alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. You in? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce you to. Nice. Oh no, is that the end? Aw, I was having a good time. Oh, it's finished. That was great, man. You know, got me right there, right at the end there. Really good, really well written. Very funny, but very heartfelt. Great story, really good. I see why everybody recommends it. But yeah, I'll let the credits roll as per usual. If there's a post-game credit, I'll bring you back for it. And other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Did you have fun? I had fun. Yep, I also get to meet a cat boomer. Why'd your boss hug you though? Well, we got our hug. She's that kind of person. Now let's see. Sleep. You were dozing off back there. You're right. Good night, Jill. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. To think I'd be evicted. They're pretty ruthless. They don't even allow you to skip 1 month. I was 2 months late already, actually. Jill. At least it wasn't because you spent too much money on useless stuff, right? Right? About that. Forget it, I don't want to hear. Let's go to sleep. Tomorrow you'll regroup and think what to do next. Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here by the... Whoa, your bed is huge! A queen size, considering I lived with a guy for at least 4 years. It can get lonely, but also really comfortable. Just like single life, I guess. Hope you don't mind sleeping with me, but there's not enough space for the futon in here. I haven't slept in a mattress in over 2 years now. That could be good for your back. And bad for my morale. Anyway, good night. Nighty-night. It's hot in here. Having her hug me certainly doesn't help. I don't want to wake her up either. She looks so comfortable right now. I wonder if Boss would have let me crash at her place. Oh well, let's just try to sleep a bit and... No, 4, go away. No, you piece of fur. Don't you dare sleep on my foot.